The Blues get the job done against West Ham United and strengthen their grip on third place thanks to a goal by Christian Pulisic in the dying minutes. Watch until the end of this review to hear all of my thoughts on today's match. Hello people, welcome to my channel, welcome to another video. This is my review of the match that took place earlier on today at Stamford Bridge in the Premier League between Chelsea and West Ham United, which Chelsea ended up winning by 1-0. In terms of what I'm going to do for you guys in terms of this review, I'm going to kick things off by giving you guys the lineup that Thomas Tuchel fielded at the start of the match. I'll then be giving you guys my thoughts on the match itself, and yes, I'll be breaking it down into the first half and the second half, and as well as this, I'll be giving you guys the positives and the negatives that I took from the match, and lastly, I'll be giving you guys my thoughts on our upcoming Premier League fixture that will be taking place next Thursday at Old Trafford against Manchester United with kickoff at 7:45 PM UK time. So without further ado, let's get straight into this review. So we shall begin by taking a look at the lineup that Thomas Tuchel fielded at the start of the match against West Ham United. And yes, we're going to begin by talking about the formation that he chose. And in the case of the lineup that was fielded at the start of today's match against West Ham United, it was a 3-4-1-2. And in terms of the personnel that Thomas Tuchel chose, he went with Edouard Mendy in goal. And I know that there are a lot of fans out there who were calling for Kepa to start due to the mistakes that Mendy has been making, and I can understand why, but I can also understand why Edouard Mendy started this game. But yes, Edouard Mendy started. In terms of the back three now, it was Trevor Chalobah in the right centre-back position, Thiago Silva in the middle of our back three, with Cesar Azpilicueta playing as the left centre-back. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, when I saw the lineup come out, I was very confused as to who was playing where, but it was made clear at the start of the match. So yeah, I just thought I'd get that one in there. But yes, that was the back three that started the match. In terms of the four just in front of the three and behind the one, that's going to become a catchphrase. It was Ruben Loftus-Cheek who was stationed in the right wing-back position. The two central midfield positions were occupied by N'Golo Kante and Jorginho, with Marcos Alonso in the left wing-back position. And yeah, that's the four. In terms of the one just in front of the four and in behind the two strikers, it was Mason Mount, as expected. And the front two were Kai Havertz and Timo Werner. So that is the lineup that Thomas Tuchel fielded at the start of today's match against West Ham United. Let's move on. Now, in terms of my thoughts on the match itself, and yes, we're going to begin by getting into my thoughts on the first half. Honestly, I actually thought we made a decent start to the match. We put West Ham United under quite a bit of pressure, although we just didn't do much with the ball. We looked very slow, we looked laboured, we were struggling to get in and around their 18-yard box, or in other words, the 18-yard box that they were defending. And yes, part of that was due to the fact that West Ham United were very resolute defensively, but I have to say that our lack of ability to play the ball quickly or move the ball quickly in the first half played a big part in us not being able to do so, or us not being able to get in and around the 18-yard box with a great deal of success. Some of the play was just very slow, and this became more and more apparent as the half went on. We also made quite a few mistakes at the back, and thankfully they came to nothing in favour of West Ham, or thankfully none of the mistakes we made favoured West Ham too dearly, in the sense that they didn't score from the mistakes we made, obviously. But yes, we did make some mistakes. We were pretty slow in terms of our attacking, but I have to say that West Ham United did defend really well, and I'm not just going to sit here and say that we were poor I do have to give West Ham United credit, and that's what I will do. But yes, they did have chances, although they didn't have many. We didn't have many, if any, at all. But it was a frustrating first half. That's the best way I can put it. Um, but um, we did manage to get some shots off, but they didn't really test Lucas Fabianski. Quite a few of them went off target, but that was pretty much it in terms of attempts. We did get the ball into the box from wide areas quite well, although a large portion of those crosses either um, failed to hit our target or, um, okay, let me rephrase that. We did manage to get quite a few balls into the box, but a lot of them failed to hit our target and they were easily dealt with as a result. But yes, in terms of my summary of the first half, it was very flat from us, and that's the best way I can put it without um, being brutal. But yes, in terms of my thoughts on the second half, I have to say that the second half pretty much ended the way the first half did. We continued to look flat, but almost 10 minutes into the second half, I'll say, yes, that little pause was me contemplating or thinking about how long it actually took us, or reminding myself of how long it took us to get going in the second half. But yes, about 8 minutes into the second half, we got going. We started to move the ball about a lot quicker than we did in the first half or in the entirety of the first half. And we actually had more joy in terms of making it into their box and getting chances. Timo Werner had a chance um, where he poked the ball towards goal and was stretching. He did really well there. It's just a shame that he couldn't get any power behind the shot. But yes, Timo Werner had chances. Trevor Chalobah had a shot from distance. Mason Mount had a couple. Um, Marcos Alonso had some. N'Golo Kante had one. We had shots from distance, and as the second half went on, we we built up momentum, and we started to get into their box on several occasions. And then Thomas Tuchel brought on the substitutes. And then Thomas Tuchel brought on the substitutes. He brought on Hakim Ziyech, Christian Pulisic, and Romelu Lukaku for Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Kai Havertz, and Timo Werner, if I'm not mistaken. And for me, that changed the game because despite us, um, despite us creating more in the second half than we did in the first half, which was easy to do, by the way, given that we were very flat in the first half, I have to say that West Ham United were still in the game. Craig Dawson was making so many blocks. Um, and had he not gotten sent off, and I'll get onto that in a second, I think he would have deserved to be given the man of the match award because up to that point in which he got sent off, he was the best player on the pitch. But yes, Thomas Tuchel brought on the three substitutes that I mentioned earlier: Hakim Ziyech, Romelu Lukaku, and Christian Pulisic. Can't believe I had to think about that one, seeing as he scored the goal. But anyways, and the game changed when Romelu Lukaku got the penalty. And I'm not going to lie to you, my initial thought was that it was just going to be a yellow card and a penalty. And I'm not going to lie to you, I actually thought it was slightly harsh initially, but I can understand why the red card was given. Let me rephrase that. I can understand. I thought that Craig Dawson getting sent off was slightly harsh, but initially that is, but I can completely understand why he got sent off because he didn't make an attempt to get the ball. The ball was in the box, and the ball was nearer to Lucas Fabianski than it was to Craig Dawson. So for me, I can completely understand why he got sent off. He literally just yanked Lukaku to the ground and literally got nowhere near the ball. Definite penalty for me. Yes, the contact starts outside the box, but if I'm not mistaken with this, do not quote me on this, by the way, but the law states that if contact starts outside the box and it continues into the box and the player goes down, then it's a penalty. But yes, definite penalty for me. And Jorginho did step up to take it, but he did not convert it. Um, Lucas Fabianski saved it, and I'm not going to lie to you. Yes, um, his penalties do make me nervous. Yes, he does convert a lot of them, but at that stage of the game, he really should have just blasted it. Yes, I completely understand why he went with that technique because it has worked for him um, on several occasions. But I just thought that he should have just picked a spot and just drilled it into that spot because of the time of the game. But I'm not gonna censure him. I'm not gonna slate him and say that he's rubbish or this or that because that's not me. But yes, it was a poor penalty. Let's be honest, it really was a poor penalty. But thankfully, a few minutes later, we got the winning goal. Um, and it came as a result of some brilliant play down our left hand side. Mason Mount picks up the ball, gives it to Marcos Alonso, who I thought had a really good game and deserved the man of the match award after Craig Dawson got sent off because I thought he was really good um, and definitely our best player in my opinion. But yes, Mason Mount gets the ball, gives it to Marcos Alonso, who puts the ball into the box. It does take a slight deflection, but it falls to Christian Pulisic very nicely, and he just slots it home. And for me, with the way we played in the second half, I actually thought we just about deserved the win. But overall, it was a game of two halves. The first half, very flat. The second half, a lot better. Um, Fair play to West Ham United, though they gave us a very good game. And good luck to them on their Europa League endeavours because they are looking to win that competition. But anyways, in terms of the positives and the negatives that I took from the match, two positives, one negative. The first of two positives that I took from the match is that Thomas Tuchel's substitutions made the difference. Um, they really did. They really did make the difference. And I actually thought that Romelu Lukaku made a really big impact on the game because it was his penalty that, or it was his movement that got us the penalty and basically got Craig Dawson sent off, if you like, if that's how you want to put it. Because I know there are fans out there who are going to put it like that because I've seen some fans come out and say that the penalty was soft. But yes, it was Romelu Lukaku's presence that won us the penalty and basically got Craig Dawson sent off, if you like. Um, it was Christian Pulisic who obviously got the winning goal, and it was Hakim Ziyech who added that energy, or added not energy, added that flair to our right hand side. Because yes, Ruben Loftus-Cheek for me had a really good game. He won the ball back so many times and started attacks really well, and got stuck in. But Hakim Ziyech did help us down that right hand side when the going was getting tough in the dying stages of that second half. But yes, that was the first positive that I took from the match. The second and final positive that I took from the match is that we showed persistence and managed to get the job done. And with the way we've been playing recently, especially at home, I have to give the players credit for that because this West Ham United team are not easy to play against whatsoever. And it showed today because they were extremely good defensively up until Craig Dawson got sent off. But yes, we showed the persistence and we managed to get the job done in a stage of the match where it's very hard to stop the job from being done. But yes, that's the second and final positive that I took from the match. Sadly, there has to be a negative, and the negative that I took from the match is that we looked really flat in the first half, but we made up for it in the second half by getting the goal at such a crucial stage and getting the job done in the end. But yes, that is it for my thoughts on the match. Those are the positives and the negatives that I took from the match. Do drop your thoughts down below and I'll do my very best to respond. Let's move on. Now, to end this review, I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on Chelsea's upcoming Premier League fixture that will be taking place next Thursday at Old Trafford against Manchester United, with kickoff at 7:45 p.m. UK time. It has been almost 9 years since we last won at Old Trafford. It has been almost 9 years since we last won a game of football at Old Trafford. We've had so many great players in our team since then, and we've just not been able to do it. And um, our overall Premier League record against Manchester United is pretty poor anyway, so we're due a win against them as it is. But in terms of our record at Old Trafford, it is absolutely shocking. Season after season after season, I look forward to this game and I just get disappointed. But this season, um, we just absolutely have to do it given the circumstances surrounding our pursuit of a Champions League place and um, considering the fact that we're preparing for an FA Cup final next month. But honestly, I need to see us win this game. I really need to see us win this game. And it's as simple as that. That's all I'm going to say. Um, I will be doing a preview for that, so I'll elaborate on these thoughts in that. But yes, that's all I'm going to give you for now. I'll see you all very soon. Come on, you Blues. Come on, Thomas Tuchel. Actually, just before I go, I almost forgot that I got my score prediction right. I just thought I'd get that one in there. But anyways, peace.